Hi, fam. It's me again. Hope I'm not bothering you. Okay, so this is my third video for today. I think I'm just really excited because I hit 100,000 views last night, blowing my mind, and I have like 1,800 subs, and I'm so grateful. Anyway, I've talked about the affidavit a number of times. I know a few people have. This affidavit is from May 15th, 2022. I want to give a shout out to CNY Family because she was the person who first brought it to my attention. And when she did, in one of her videos, I thought, why is she even talking about that? What does that have to do with anything? And she had it, she had the link attached. So I went and looked at it and was like, okay, I see why. So not that many people have watched my video that I made back in September of myself reading this. I'm just going to get right into it. And hopefully, because my channel is more popular now, it's better known, hopefully more people will see it. So it is written by Jeffrey Wilson, attorney at law, May 15th, 2022. It is a request to disclose documents regarding allegations against Wayne Wu. Dear Mr. Eddie, I am in receipt of your letter requesting certain documents regarding allegations that have been made against the Placer County Under Sheriff Wayne Wu. I am aware that the allegations against Wu have again become relevant as he is seeking to replace Devon Bell as sheriff. I have read documents where Wu and his attorney have claimed these allegations of sexual misconduct with a minor have been investigated and determined to be completely unfounded and baseless. I have also seen a document where Wu's attorney threatened legal action against anyone who makes or has made these allegations. While I have disclosed the fact that I have documents and information that refute that claim, I have refused to disclose these documents, including Ms. Dubé. I suggested to Ms. Dubé that these documents could be obtained through a public records request. I knew that the county was in possession of all of these documents, and they were not the type of documents that would be legitimately destroyed. I also knew that these documents were in the possession of the district attorney's office at the time of my retirement. Ms. Dubé advised me that she had made the request and that Placer County claimed they had no records responsive to her public records request. Given that response by the county, I told her I would disclose the documents, but only in connection with a valid legal process. This would include the filing of a writ of mandamus, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, to force disclosure under Public Records Request Act, or to any party and or their attorney who was sued for defamation by Wu. Given the representations in your letter that you are considering filing the above-mentioned writ of mandamus on her behalf, I will disclose the documents to you and provide a written declaration that will provide context for the documents. The declaration will also provide you with my knowledge of the circumstance surrounding the documents and the allegations against Wu. I contemplated requiring you to issue me a subpoena for the documents. It is clear, however, that these documents will be necessary for you to have prior to filing any case, and I would simply be putting off their inevitable disclosure. Enclosed, you will find the above referenced declaration and the 5 documents that are in my possession that you have requested. Please keep in mind that these are only the documents that I have in my possession. It should not be assumed that these are all the documents related to the allegations. Please also keep in mind that I currently have no intention at this point of disclosing these documents to any other person unless the documents are relevant in another legal process. If you have any further questions or need any further clarification, please feel free to contact me at my email address or phone number listed above. Sincerely, Charles Jeffrey Wilson. All right, and I'm not going to look at the comments because I just want to get through the declaration. That was the letter attached to the affidavit. Declaration regarding allegations against Wayne Wu. The following statement is in regard to the allegations of inappropriate sexual conduct with a minor that have been made against Wayne Wu and my knowledge of the investigation of those allegations. I have personal knowledge of the facts set forth below, and if called upon as a witness, I could and would competently testify thereto. 1. I was employed by the Placer County District Attorney's Office as a prosecutor for almost 23 years. During the last 10 years, I served as the Chief Assistant District Attorney and was responsible for the day-to-day operations of the office until my retirement. In this role, I reported directly to the District Attorney, Scott Owens. This role also included serving as the Public Information Officer. Number 2, in 2010, I prosecuted the case of the People versus David Allen Virgo. Virgo was charged with the attempted murder of several deputy sheriffs in 2006. He was convicted and was sentenced to a life term. Wayne Wu was a listed victim and was a critical witness in the case. Number 3, Brady evidence is that the evidence which points to the innocence of the defendant. Brady evidence must be turned over to the defense in a timely manner. This includes evidence that undermines the credibility of a witness. The Brady obligation is ongoing and applies to new information discovered on old cases. The Brady obligation also does not allow a prosecutor to purposely ignore evidence and places a duty on a prosecutor to pursue such information when he or she is made aware that it may exist. California Penal Code Section 141 makes it a felony to intentionally fail to disclose Brady evidence. Failure to disclose could also result in disciplinary action by the state bar to include disbarment. Number 4, all the documents referenced below and attached were in possession of the District Attorney's Office at the time of my retirement. I retained a personal copy of these documents as evidenced that I had complied with my ethical requirement under Brady. Number 5, on July 18th, 2018, I received an email from a reporter asking if the District Attorney's Office was or had conducted an investigation of Wayne Wu within the last 2 years regarding allegation of sexual misconduct with minors. Attached A. I called then County Counsel Jerry Carden and advised him of the situation. We had a brief discussion on the matter where he was dismissive of the allegation. He was clearly agitated by the request from the reporter. Number 6, I advised Scott Owens of the call. Owens said he had heard rumors that there were accusations made by a sheriff's deputy named Ryan Berry. Berry and Wu had a relationship with an underage woman and that he had actually got her pregnant and Wu arranged for her to have an abortion. I need to reread that last sentence. Berry recently made allegations that Wu had a relationship with an underage woman and that he actually got her pregnant and Wu arranged for her to have an abortion. Number 7, I have not spoken with Berry in many years. I only know him from earlier in my career when he was a witness in a few cases assigned to me for prosecution. I have never discussed the facts of the allegations against Wu with Berry. Number 8, I was then contacted soon thereof by Sheriff Devon Bell. Initially, Bell explained that after he was made aware of the allegation, County Counsel conducted an investigation. He implied the investigation was recently completed. He said these allegations were in fact made by a deputy. He told me that Wu admitted having a sexual relationship with the victim. He said they were able to determine the alleged victim was 18 and not underage. He did not give me the year of the alleged occurrence, but said it was sometime back when Wu was a sergeant and after Wu had divorced or was divorcing his previous wife, implying that it was in the early 2000s. He claimed that they determined the victim was 18 years old based on a document they found related to when the alleged victim was a ride-along with the sheriff's department. I found this curious in that law enforcement has many databases where they can obtain personal information such as dates of birth and could have confirmed her age. It was also curious that he would never provide the exact dates for the alleged occurrences or the date of birth of the alleged victim. These facts were the two most relevant dates related to the accusation once Wu admitted that he had, in fact, had a sexual relationship with the alleged victim. Number 9. He stated the alleged victim was located in another state and did not wish to cooperate with the investigation and denied the relationship with Wu. If Bell's statement was accurate, it was clear that she had lied, given Wu's admission to a sexual relationship. Number 10. As Bell continued discussing the allegation, he changed his representations as to who had conducted the investigation. He stated now that his office had done the investigation with the oversight of county counsel, contrary to his earlier statement. Bell did not disclose any further information except that this had caused problems in Wu's marriage and that Wu was regretful about the sexual relations he had had with the alleged victim. Number 11. I explained my Brady obligation in the Virgo case to Bell. I explained that Wu gave critical testimony in the Virgo case, and these allegations appear to have occurred close in time to the arrest of Virgo. I told him I would need to at least to read the report of the investigation before I could determine whether I would have to disclose the information to Virgo's attorney. They mistyped that sentence, so let me try to reread it correctly because I was reading it verbatim. I told him I would need to at least read the report of the investigation before I could determine whether I would have to disclose the information to Virgo's attorney. Number 12. On July 23rd, 2018, I sent a response to the reporter that I had no records responsive to her request, attached B. Also on July 23rd, 2018, I sent a memo to county counsel making a request for the report pursuant to my Brady obligation, attached C. Number 13. On July 24th, 2018, I received a letter from Brett Holt, a Placer County counsel, stating that in his opinion, the report was not discoverable under Brady and that Sheriff Bell was not going to turn the report over to me or let me examine the report, attached D. Soon thereafter, I met in person with Holt and explained to him, as a lifelong prosecutor, I was well aware of my obligations under Brady. I told him that if I read the report and agreed it was properly investigated and unfounded, I would not send the letter to Virgo's defense counsel. If they did not let me see the report, I would have no choice but to send the Brady notification letter to Virgo's attorney. He refused to show me the report, claiming it might waive the confidentiality of the report. This, of course, is a different reason than given in his letter of the date July 24th, 2018. On August 1st, 2018, I mailed the Brady notification to Virgo's attorney, attached E. Number 15. Sheriff Bell then called the district attorney Owens to complain regarding me sending the Brady letter. Owens came to my office and asked me if I had sent the letter. I confirmed that I had. It was apparent that Bell had contacted Owens in an attempt to stop me from sending the letter. It should be noted that I cannot be ordered not to comply with my Brady obligation. I also met briefly with Bell to show him the letter that I sent to Virgo's defense attorney. He stated that I have done a lot of damage to our relationship and that Wu was upset with me for sending the letter. Number 16. This ended my involvement in the case. No further action was taken by the district attorney's office. No further investigation was done or ever requested. I made the decision to send the Brady letter because I felt there were several items that undermined my faith in the integrity of the investigation and my faith that the finding that the allegation was unfounded was credible. These items are outlined below. Number 17, Sheriff Bell's changing of who conducted the investigation into the allegation was troubling. It went from county counsel to the sheriff's office with the oversight of county counsel. Holt then stated in his letter of the 24th that the sheriff's office investigated the allegation with oversight of county counsel, and later in the same letter states the sheriff's office investigated the case. Between the two men, there were three versions of who investigated the allegations. Number 18, it was unclear why the sheriff's office would investigate the claim of criminal conduct and not request that it be conducted by an outside agency. I have never heard of an investigation of a high-ranking law enforcement officer being conducted by a direct subordinate. This is because there is a conflict of interest by the investigator. The subordinate officer is investigating a person that performs employment evaluations and makes decisions on promotional opportunities. If the investigator finds the allegation was true, the assigned investigator could face repercussions in the future, or at least fear those repercussions. Number 19, I was also aware that the sheriff's office had recently established a professional standards unit. These are referred to in some agencies as internal affairs unit. This allegation was not assigned to that unit. It was assigned to a subordinate of Wu. Number 20, in the past, when allegations that are criminal in nature are made against an employee of the sheriff's office, they were referred to an outside agency to conduct the investigation. The district attorney's office was never asked to assist in this investigation, nor was a case referred to our office for review. In this case, the district attorney's office also had a conflict in that Wu's wife, Christina, was employed at the district attorney's office as an investigator. This case should have gone to the Attorney General's office or other police agency for an objective and unbiased review and investigation. Number 21, it appears that the determination that the allegation is unfounded was made by Sheriff Bell. He has a close relationship with Wu. I have been advised that they are personal friends who socialize outside of work. It would also be politically embarrassing for the sheriff's office if the allegations were true. This relationship would call into question any determination that the allegations were unfounded by Bell. Number 22, it also creates a conflict for county counsel to be involved in the investigation. First, there is no reason that county counsel would be involved in conducting a criminal investigation. They simply are not experienced enough to conduct an investigation into criminal allegations. Second, they have an obligation to advocate for the county and its management staff. They have clearly showed that they were acting on behalf of the legal interest of Bell and the sheriff's office in the attached letter, not as an independent fact finder. Number 23, in addition to the conflict of interest, I lacked any faith the investigation was credible based on the statements and omissions of Bell. For example, they would not disclose the name of the investigator, the victim, and everything that was done to determine her age. It was concerning that Wu admitted to a sexual relationship with the victim, and Bell claimed to confirm she was 18 by an old document they found and not by use of databases available to them. There was never any verification of that age using databases that Bell would share with me. It was also never shared when, where, or how often the sexual relations occurred. I speculated that maybe the document was dated the same day that Wu admitted to having the sexual relationship with her. If that were true, it implies that the sexual relationship occurred while she was on a ride-along with Wu while he was on duty. The lack of information provided to me and the refusal of Bell to give me any detailed information, such as the date of the sexual relationship and the date of birth of the victim, seriously compromises the credibility of his unfounded, in quotes, unfounded conclusion. Number 24. I was told by county counsel that if the investigation was shared with me, it would breach the confidentiality of the report. I was also told that it would not be released because the allegations were unfounded. If the investigation was done appropriately and correctly, it would have been in their interest to show me that there was a thorough investigation that came to an unbiased conclusion supported by the evidence. They refused. That left the impression that they feared I would immediately notice that the investigation was not handled properly, and their unfounded conclusion was not credible. This was the reason I had no choice ethically but to provide the information to Virgo's defense attorney. Number 25. It was also concerning that they labeled the investigation unfounded as if it were baseless or false. It was clearly not unfounded in the sense that Wu admitted he had a sexual relationship with the alleged victim. Calling it unfounded is an overstatement and leaves the impression that there was no merit in the allegations when, in fact, there was. It also serves as a legal basis not to disclose the information to the public. Simply stated, regardless of the strength of the evidence, if Bell claims it's unfounded, he never has to share it with the public. Number 26. When the allegations are criminal in nature, they should be investigated as a criminal case. This is typically done separately from internal affairs investigations. The reports from a criminal investigation cannot be deemed to be private once the investigation is closed and are subject to public review. Once the investigation is conducted, the criminal case is typically referred to the district attorney's office for review to see if there is sufficient evidence for criminal charges. While the sheriff's office has done so in other cases, they did not do so in this case. Number 27. Based on the information, it is my opinion that the investigation of Wu was conducted in a manner that was designed to conceal information regarding the allegation and conducted in a way that is objectively inappropriate. I declare under penalty of perjury under law of California and the United States of America that the foregoing is true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. Executed in Rockland, California on this May 15th, 2022. Charles Jeffrey Wilson. So I read you the first 9 pages of 24 pages total. And this document I simply found by Googling Placer County Sheriff Wu affidavit. Those were the only words I put in, and it pulls it right up. So the attachments are relevant, but I'm not going to read over them because it is even more dry and boring than that document right there. But hopefully you can see, as is so obvious, that, in my opinion, Sheriff Wu is not fit to be a sheriff of a county, especially one that's investigating a missing 16-year-old. And his son was at the party. His son was one of 7 or 8 children at the party that have either parents or an uncle in law enforcement, allegedly. So I'm going to wrap it. And let's see, 23 minutes. That's good. I got through that a lot faster than the first time I read it. Practice makes perfect, right? So thanks, you guys. And I'll see you in the morning. Have a great afternoon. Drink your water, eat your protein and your fruits and veggies.